as we say many times, winning the force buy round is better than winning the pistol. Like, absolutely, it puts you, especially on the T side, it puts you in a brilliant position to just start running away with things. Then you have the combination of it being your map pick, and it's also nuke T side, so feels a little better to get those rounds in, right? And now the potential to really just keep K23 under the caution. As you see, they've got to force buy themselves and try, I guess, and give forZe a taste of their own medicine.
Fairly slow stuff then at the start of forZe. Just sort of sitting back, maybe anticipating a little bit of aggression from K23 on their pistols and weaker weaponry. And actually, Fame, speak of aggression, sitting in this door smoke for the moment. Zorte, deagle in hand. It's roughly posted up on the angle, but if anybody walks in unsuspectingly, it'll be a very sad time. Flash goes in and Fame peeks before it. That's a massive 2K to open this one up. Doing so much work aggressively. neaLaN thinks about posting up on the angle, but Norbert's close up on ramp. He hears the reload. Oh, this is on a knife edge, Squiv. Who's going to blink first? For the moment, though, it looks like we've slowed it down a little bit. Advantage K23.
Yeah, just about. I think, honestly, the information from Norbert as well is just absolutely massive. They can start to pivot and think about the A-bomb site a little bit more. At least with where they found those early kills, and now the utility starts to come in. Norwi trying to find the heads. The peek comes in from neaLaN. He kind of fluffs it a little bit. It's Norbert from the backside, though, that's found the perfect timing on the flank, sets up the deagle of X5, and they all are able to crunch together. Beautiful stuff as that second round for K23 comes in. I think we are in for a little bit of a back and forth affair here.
Yeah, indeed. Let the force buy
opponents, but all the same, just continuing to baffle, I think, in a sense. They've not quite been able to work this AWP in the way I think that they would like, though. Nobody really given a presence outside on the K23 side, so it has been a little rough for zorte to find anything. Norbert, Fangle, but Jerry flicks and claps him. Oh my goodness. What I will say, although it has indeed been tough, the forZe boys look a little warmer. Zorte going to lose his head outside, however.
Good positioning, though, from forZe. I think they'll definitely take how this round has played out thus far. Full ramp control. KENSI still on the roof of that mini position, so he got a lot of eyes on outer. And xsepower going through the angles. I think he might be just about to meet his end. Oh, he does get taken down. KENSI, nice frag. Good information as well. Fame decides, I need to push. I need to get aggressive. Swiftly traded. And now it's just neaLaN left alone. On the defense in A, takes out KENSI, still alive. Player coming up the vent, gets a second. Comes X5 and... oh, that...
but it's kind of late. They're actually running, which is not the most common way of doing things. Usually, you walk your way in, you don't give the info away. Norwi, I figured they would have known he was down there. neaLaN gives him a freebie, and it could be massive, right? They've got these players towards B so damn fast. X5, well spotted here and able to take out Jerry. Unfortunately, a little too chunky round that corner. It is going to be Norbert sat down on the B-bomb site, ready and waiting.
Yeah, just hiding in towards this dark corner as Norwi with his teammates scouting it out. Still not see each other just yet. That will give away the positioning. They'll know there's a player in dark now, but X5 chiming in first from ramp. xsepower as well. Makes it a mad advantage for K23 as this looks like an impossible afterplant scenario. KENSI playing the off angle, and that is a huge frag. It alleviates pressure. Both coming in from ramp. xsepower seems to know that Norwi is dug in to this dark position as KENSI is trying to find information, trying to spot players. Look how passive forZe are here as the bomb ticks down more and more and more. Even after finding him, surely with this time remaining, this isn't possible. xsepower posted up on the angle. He misses this opportunity. And now he's going to get taken down. A massive afterplan there for forZe.
Might have even shot through, as they say, you know, jumped his bones. They're going to try, in a sense, to go for it again. Not the exact same play, sending more players down vent. So far, a 1-for-1 trade. And it is, in essence, the same idea. Oh, and it's X5 ready and waiting this time around. Not going to get away with it as easily. The bomb now dropped out in the open. shalfey finds neaLaN. Norwi takes out X5 with a bit of spam. You know, there are kills all over the shop in this round. 30 seconds in, and it is already more hectic than the previous.
Yeah, for sure. Complete chaos. And actually, for the second round running, forZe getting down the vent almost unscathed. That's what happened in the previous round. Norwi got down, and I'm not sure they knew about it, and they went down the vent and they got punished. This time around, forZe said, let's chuck more numbers down the vent and see how it plays out. So K23, they were in a good spot. They've lost a few frags, but they still have control of the bombs. So this is far from all she wrote just yet. KENSI alongside Norwi towards this double door side. Only now is shalfey starting to make his way in. So starting actually to run low on time here. That smoke will buy even more, smoking off that single side, allowing both the players to really focus on the control windows and double doors. So forZe time really starting to running out, but they have got the man advantage.
I mean, they're so ready. This is going to be scary until shalfey finds that kill. Okay. Now it is no longer scary. I was going to say they were very, very ready. You know, it's a tough angle to clear. I don't quite know what's happened. Maybe Norbert going for a move. Seems to me he went down a little bit too easily there, but all the same, forZe are not going to complain how it comes about, whether they get luck or whatever. It will indeed be their third round, and now fully breaking the back of K23 should be a fourth for them, in fact. So really, really good position for them to be in right now. The M4 will not make it through. And yeah, indeed, forZe, I think, you know, back to
rounds. That K23 money is in the dumps. They're on the pistols. And I think forZe now know.
Yeah, should be all good to make their way through. They got this Mac 10 on the info gathering. Door blown open. You know, no risk of an AWP, etc., etc. So solid stuff. Good way to play your anti-ecos if you are looking to learn. At the same time, they do need to be wary because they might walk into a stack, and that indeed would be the case. So I think they want to get the Mac 10 in here to just maybe break things open. There you go, an overstep from Fame. Will be that first kill that they require. KENSI taking his time outside. Nobody here, guys. All good. And then they should be able to go for the A split.
Yeah, they are kind of walking to the stack here, but hitting from so many different directions with the rifles. It's going to be clean as can be. 5 alive for the moment. Somehow, X5 here has threaded the needle and slipped through the offense, but I don't think it's going to come to much. And I think the important point at this kind of juncture is that K23's money in the next round is not going to be that good. Their loss bonus is not built up. xsepower on such low cash. Certainly, there's not going to be an AWP in play in the following round. So I don't know, K23 getting reset so early, losing so many numbers to the Pistons in early rounds. It's really bought a bit.
Looking very, very scary, starting to hit their groove. You know, once the rifles have come out into play, they have just been able to abuse in this kind of a way. The past few rounds, they've gone thick, they've gone fast. Jerry going for it again, you know, baiting out so many sounds, breaking the glass, jumping up. Where is he actually going? Has he got teammates with him? They have no info. They're already a man down. You know, it really is not the best scenario. Norbert, though, comes out at the perfect time, able to find 2 kills. shalfey's in towards ramp. What is going on once again? And we're back to a 3-on-3.
Yeah, certainly just been a total slugfest, the opening stages of this round in question. shalfey still towards ramp, locking down that position. X5's rotated down to cover off any a lower split or lower finish. For the moment, the bomb's still yet to commit in either direction. shalfey still, by the looks of it, is kind of scouting out ramp, not allowing any re-aggression. Still have good nades, though, on Norwi and Zorte, so could very comfortably hit this A bomb site if they choose to do so. It looks like they're grouping up in towards ramp. So we imagine it's going to be the lower hit in the end. Slow and steady, 30 seconds remaining. X5's the player in defense. And given that we're now down to 20 seconds, any time he can buy here is absolutely enormous. No sound cue just yet. X5 peeks up from control, and that was the key moment, Scriv. Man advantage and bomb site in the hands of forZe.
Yeah, looking very good once again. And I don't know, do you go for this? We're so far away on that K23 side of things. They'll start to make their way down. They're also split, as you can see here on the POVs. So I don't know. You are in a position of we need the rounds. We kind of absolutely need to pull off something maybe a bit desperate, but this one would be just kind of futile. Nobody spotted out. I think that was maybe the idea. If there's someone in an advanced position that we can catch off, but not the case. So simple as really, forZe. It nearly falls by the wayside. Norbert with his 2K definitely gets the spanner in the works, but the initial idea, and they are just finding the opening picks consistently. And as we talk about a lot, I guess it's kind of nullified a little bit on nuke, but those even trades are going to make the map control very difficult for you, as we see here with
Now, the other side of the coin is that they haven't had the full investment. They haven't had all the nades, no AWP and xsepower for a long time in this half so far, if ever, to be honest, in terms of the AWPs. So maybe it will start recovering now that their loss bonus is building up, but this is a lot of rounds to be giving up on the CT side of nuke in the early stages, albeit forZe's map pick.
Oh, dangerous fight to be taken. Well played by the CT side there to just bait shalfey into a false sense of security. Again, though, they're going to try and capitalize. They find that ramp is isolated. That can therefore mean that the B bomb site going to be slightly weaker. X5 is around with a 5-7, but smoked out. Awkward to work with. Door opens, and they were going for spams on both sides. It's the AK that actually wins it, which, you know, has been difficult in recent times to win that fight. Nonetheless, 4-on-3, and I think you take a couple M4s that you brought into this round, and of course that AK that was retrieved earlier on, you take that into the next. So once again, K23 doing their best. Their best is not enough, and forZe will move up to 6, which is kind of a sweet spot, I think, for the T side of nuke. If you're getting any more than that, you're in a really good place.
Yeah, for sure. And also keep in mind that, of course, during the early stages of this half, we had a bit of a force buy war going back and forth on the reinvestment into the pistols. And there's actually K23 that won out in terms of the force buy wars. So they were gifted kind of a few rounds early on and a chance
out and taking it slowly because, you know, as we've touched on, a lot of aggression from forZe in the early rounds. X5, meanwhile, can be very difficult to clear out these angles, right? And I think that's kind of what they're banking on. But at the same time, it looks like they have an idea that he's over there. Might have spotted him running in. I've heard him running in. neaLaN, meanwhile, inside of smoke, looking to do some damage. Jerry has pushed past him. Down goes Jerry to Norbert. KENSI can walk through, loses his fight to X5, and forZe finally some of their overconfident plays getting the better of them.
Yeah, for sure. And feels like quite a disjointed offense from forZe. And with only 3 players remaining here, it's got to be contact heavy. They've got to just look for duels. And Fame, he's already committed inside a hut. He's not going to be found easily. neaLaN here, right eye peek, sat in towards Mini, the boost as well to try and find any opportunities. But K23 standing firm. Nice trade. Norwi comes out, so the refrag is good. A little bit of ground gained here, but with Fame still in towards Huts, getting this bomb down, going to be so tricky. Ooh. What on earth was that shot? Zorte! He's here to play 1-on-1 now. Norwi trying to swing into the angle. xsepower on the AWP, up close and jumping. Why is not
say to maybe move up to 7-8 rounds quite easily. No double AWP setup, which we did see was a bit of a catch-off for the side of forZe. So they don't have that same advantage, you know, that same kind of handicap to lean on. So we'll see what K23 can do here. I think it is a keen clutch from xsepower, as I always like to say, but it comes at a cost.
KENSI, though, feels like he's so confident towards outer and xsepower on that CT side. Full of confidence himself, aggressively in towards Hut. It was a nice peek and a very much needed entry frag, as you brought up multiple times already. Losing so many numbers, the money is so poor for K23, and it feels like almost a must-win round if they want a sizable round haul overall for this first half. Kind of grouping up towards ramp here, but somehow KENSI, well, he's made it down secret, and that could be a problem later on.
Yeah, drawing attention away for sure. It's a great crossfire here, though. Norbert going to get 2, and they've not even revealed the second part of this. Flashes are good, but not good enough. zorte will take out Norbert. As I said, there's that second man up there, and the instant trade comes in watching that kill feed. So it is just KENSI who, yeah, in behind enemy lines, done a decent enough job. Ooh, Fame didn't see him, but we've been 4x3'd. I think he must have sort of kind of seen him, but either way, KENSI will take him down. And again, it just becomes a case of doing damage, not able to do any more, though. So forZe.
Cool. They're grouping in towards lobby. priming more nades, and I think in a few seconds, we're going to explode onto this A-bomb site. Molly for Hut being lined up. neaLaN is up close. He might actually dodge the flashes here. That's a great counter smoke. That will really stall out this offense, and KENSI can't come through. Oh, this is a catastrophe here for forZe. They've burned all their nades trying to get this done, and they're still stalled out in towards lobby.
Yep. 2 flashes for Jerry. And that's it. They even took some damage on the way in. They've dished a fair amount out, so maybe keep your eye on that. But there is a chance, I think, that K23 just keep them away. Oh, nice peeks from neaLaN. You know, just brilliant timing on it as well. So really not giving anything away here on the CT side of things. And as you can see, forZe just thrown for a loop. No idea what to do.
shalfey, though, has gained a lot of ground. Looking at the minimap, they've already forced 1 rotate lower. xsepower is down, so Canadian's defense is a little bit weakened, but there's still 3 in defense. X5 in towards Mustang, and he's checked. That is a enormous 2K from Norwi. This kid is so damn good at the entries, man. He is so good at opening up bomb sites. What a find for Jerry. Where did they find this kid? He's so good.
I know, though. I know. Like, honestly, you know, it is kind of wacky how the Jerry coaching, I guess, staff. I'm not quite, because they got a new coach in with the newer players that joined. So just got to keep paying attention. It just continues to add to that kind of narrative that the CIS region has so much firepower. And when it gets refined, as it did with Norwi, you know, you win a major. So maybe we've had our sort of
fast default though. Falls in towards lower, and X5, he's hearing everything. You can tell his teammates to rotate down. 2 have dropped. neaLaN's going to block with the smoke. But Norwi again, he opens it up. Another entry frag for Norwi, and of course shalfey immediately chiming in as well. These guys find so many kills in those unlikely positions. We'll say another trade as well. xsepower left alone, got to do a lot of work here from ramp.
I didn't quite make it out, though, to be fair, and they don't have a lot of the sort of shielding utility. 1 flash available. Can't really commit as deep as they would want. xsepower on the contact brings it back into a 2-on-2. So shalfey gonna have to try and pull off something a little crazy. Norwi, they have a slight idea of where he's coming from. Yeah, Fame does. Oh, he's in and out. He's in and out. Gonna take eyes off it at the worst possible time. And Norwi, I'm in behind. Let's just play it patient. It should be easy. The turnaround does come in.
A lot of value out of that utility. Maybe there's an opportunity here, and they're going to go aggressively actually for the lobby crunch on these weaker weapons. 2 early kills come in from Norbert. The frags, though, coming out of Hudson, not so good. Jerry is taken down in the corner. This has been complete chaos. We're left in a 3-on-2.
He doesn't quite do as much damage as hoped. KENSI outside does get the better of X5. Unfortunately, not checking the angle, you know, sharply enough. Will be kicking himself for that. Fame trying. On top of lobby. And again, gets unlucky. shalfey has crept underneath him. And now just neaLaN with the low HP. It was looking good for a second on K23 side of things. But there is a method to the madness for forZe, it seems. A lot of crazy rounds, honestly. And sometimes there is that spanner in the works on the K23 side. And his name is often Norbert, actually. But this round, again, not quite going to be enough. neaLaN gets the catch on KENSI. Not a massive fan. Don't know about you, you know, creeping by yourself when the bomb's actually planning on going B and you're just not together. Now gives a chance for neaLaN at the 1v1. It is going to be tough, but it's there.
On the off angle shalfey, I think, unless neaLaN hits the shot of his life, it's not going to be possible. 9-6 on the T side from forZe. We see how this one plays out going into the second half after this quick break. It looks like second half are just about to get underway. Here we go. CT side then for forZe. Kit and a smoke on Jerry. Loads of numbers in towards A, but it's going to be the fast ramp hit from K23. KENSI's got to do a lot of work, and he's already giving that ground.
Okay, I mean, I'm kind of a fan in a sense. We'll see what K23 do with this space that they have been given. Quick frag outside. It's Jerry peeking away from heaven that's able to find one. neaLaN though at door. Oh, needed to stay alive at the very least. shalfey now in a difficult spot, of course, but the trade's coming thick and fast. Really, really solid stuff. KENSI is a little bit low. It's kind of the only thing. The bomb slowly but surely going to make its way down here. Oh, KENSI nearly, maybe half a second early and would have been able to find that kill, or at the very least make it easier for himself. It's now just going to be Jerry in the 1-on-2.
Already found 2 frags, so if that's anything to go by. On a hot streak already. Making his way down the vents. So xsepower is already further in towards secret. Jerry, I think he's going to get burst of the timing here. He's looking the wrong way. Not the best shots from xsepower.
Of that first half might rear its ugly head here once again. I am a fan of the cleaner conversions, though, in all fairness. I'm sure forZe would like to put their money where their mouth is. At the moment, though, things not looking too good. neaLaN has opened up cleanly. Norbert comes in for another. Things should work out. shalfey is the man who could make a difference if cards are played right. Not going to happen, though. They're very, very cleanly checking their angles here.
Just working as a foursome out here towards outer. Good trades, good spacing, clearing out all the angles. So, as you said, we love to see clinical play on these anti-ecos. And by the looks of the minimap, KENSI's in ramp. His teammates in Jerry's towards control. Bomb's going towards A. So, it's going to be 8 to 9 for K23. We expect forZe just to save onto this armor and the deagles. And at the rate it's going, 5 alives, well for K23. That's going to do wonders for that T-side economy.
A couple of deagles to move forward, so keep that pressure on. But yeah, things are looking very, very good here for K23. So forZe are going to have their work cut out into that first rifle round. Fair amount of pressure, I think it is safe to say. But all the same, K23 swapping across the halves, able to dictate the pace a little bit more. And as you mentioned, the economy escaped them for the vast majority of that first half. It's not as dangerous, not as difficult to get that economy under control on. Easy peasy. So we'll see. I would imagine a bit of an investigation here for some exits. There are a few players with armor that might want to work their way through. The nade works out, but it will also take out Norwi. That's kind of funny. At the same time, I think the kill comes through because Norwi dished the damage out. So, love to see it. Only in these types of rounds. If it's in a proper rifle round, you don't love to see it. Jerry going to try and get cheeky from heaven. The vision has been pulled away. However, they move away from him and he's not quite able to shut it down. Not able to find that cheeky little heady. It's KENSI with the deagle who will find another. Armor in play for KENSI, so see whether they get those opportunities, I suppose. Can be a little difficult to rely on only that. Outside smoke's coming in. It's only really going to be used by the one player by the looks of things. Oh, and the follow-up through the smoke is there. zorte with the advanced position from ramp. They crunch at the same time, and all of a sudden, we are 2 men down on the K23. Make it 3 players, sorry, on the side of K23. Got a bit lost there in the madness. Again, zorte able to find another kill and just making it look easy for forZe.
Certainly, and during DreamHack, for me, it was actually their CT size that really stood out. So even though they haven't got the perfect start to the half without losing that pistol round and the subsequent conversions, as soon as the rifle comes out, zorte's doing work, shalfey looking good. Yet to see Norwi really chime in on the CT side, but after what a monstrous T side he had to kick this one off, I dare say, go A at your peril, because Norwi is going to be there.
You know, not world ending. We generally say like 20 kills and a half is godlike. So he's kind of close to that at the turn. Didn't see too much action in the previous round. shalfey, meanwhile, getting aggressive into this one and will get melted down. So Nice idea with the aggression. You get a lot of info in. They've got to do something with it on that forZe side.
See how they choose to play this. Can be tricky for them for CT side nuke. There's a lot of angles to cover. But for the moment, K23 very little control towards outer. That's what really would kind of put the pressure on the CTs to make a difficult decision. They're fairly comfortable for the moment, leaving zorte. He's posted up on outer. They can't cross without putting there some utility down at least. So he can tell his teammates it's all good. We can just stay loaded up on A. There's no need to rotate. Smoking onto door as well. That'll buy even more time. As just now, K23 working their way out, but Scriff, they got no smokes. And they might just be about to walk into zorte's line.
Terrifying.
Oh, the timing.
He unscopes for some reason. You know, that is, of course, the beauty of the game, timing. He also doesn't get taken down, though, so it's not like it was worst case scenario.
It is worst case scenario. He doesn't have the info. He doesn't know they're down.
Okay. Well, there you go. It's maybe one step down. We can agree to disagree,
Second
but
worst.
nonetheless,
Second
yeah,
worst.
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad because there's a lot of ground being gained here. KENSI trying to get information of his own and actually picks up a frag off the back of it. But yeah, like you say, the bomb goes down. There's nobody on B to find those initial kills, and low HP bars now become a problem for forZe.
Only one flashbang on that CT side. Free looks to be grouping up towards ramp, and Norwi, he'll be coming late down the vents. So it's going to be a really tough retake. Some of these angles are so difficult to clear out, and phenomenal shots. Flash does go in. That's a great connection from zorte. neaLaN doing a lot of work, though, around this dark position. You know where he is. They're flanking from two directions, and it's just xsepower. Connects with the first. Low HP on Jerry. So that won't matter with the big green on hand. The no scope to finish it off. Again, K23 just grouping up in lobby. Norwi on the off angle on top hut, playing with the door for the moment. Peek out of Jerry's contact. Norwi chimes in first. Fame. Oh my lord, those were some amazing headshots, but zorte is looking all too strong at the moment. Too fast frag. shalfey comes in for good measure. With just a second there, it looked like K23 with the headshots, it had been enough, but zorte, he says no. Great defense from the AWPer.
Well, xsepower called on once again in contact mode. Looks like in contact mode to try and get out of here and actually save the AWP into the next round. So forZe, you know, backs up against the wall. You absolutely need to be winning this round. You lose your lead, you lose your cash, and you are put in a position where, okay, we'll probably have to take a timeout and figure things out because K23 are starting to really dictate the game now. But none of that applies because they immediately get back in when they need to. And it does speak to the ability to kind of rein things in, the ability to very quickly run a different setup than expecting it. But we're certainly seeing one of those pocket rounds as they're being called at the moment on that K23 side of things to see whether they can force it out, really, and make a bit of a miracle happen. I'm not so sure. We've got a minute left. No real action as yet, Alan.
Norwi coming off the hut. Oh, that was really scary. Could have gone down immediately, and that second kill from neaLaN. 2 kills on the deagle. KENSI comes in from heaven. xsepower's posted up on the angle, and what should have been a rock-solid defense, it's called out. I think they just got caught in the open there. The timing seems to be brilliant from K23, and zorte and shalfey, they want none of this. Look at the money from forZe. $600 on Jerry, $1,100 on Norwi, $1,400 on KENSI, and zorte and shalfey, $300 between them. And surely their loss bonus is not terribly far racked up. That was potentially a map-winning round from K23. They haven't looked so good on the gun rounds, but on the pistols there, phenomenal stuff.
As mentioned, it's one of those rounds in the back pocket that, you know, you save for a time like this that are really well put together, really well formulated. It will be forZe on the half by a little bit invested in here, and well, zorte gets taken down early. Key frag from X5.
The other aspect here is that forZe's loss bonus is far from built up, and they actually really need to save these rifles and that AWP. And with zorte going down aggressively already, seems most unlikely they'll be able to actually recover that AWP. shalfey left alone then. He has the AK. But I think soon enough, Zorte might actually tell him, bro, you need to go back towards T-Red. You need to get my AWP. xsepower's on the angle. He's not even going to live with the AK. Shalfey in towards the back of Garage. Be able to hear a little bit. But so much ground here gained, and they flash through the smoke. xsepower's ready and waiting. That feels like an absolutely pivotal frag here. It would be a very important round. KENSI whited up, finds one back. 4-on-4. KENSI just about slips back in time. This is all over the place as the bomb actually is in towards Garage. The hut push comes through. Man advantage now for forZe, but a lot of ground gain here from K23. And look at the bomb, Scriv. It's in the open. How have forZe roared this one back?
I don't know. I mean, a few Hail Marys at the start of the round, something like that. Absolutely crazy. And yet here we are. It ends up being a very, very dominant round, in fact, and it will be as soon as they're straight back into it, looking hot without a timeout. So really commendable stuff. Certainly having to work for their own map pick, but we did indeed expect a bit of a challenge. These derby games, you know, forZe finding a lot of success all over the place. But as we get to the
opponent's map pick, xsepower, he's had enough of them losing entries onto his outer. He's posted up, and indeed, it's xsepower that chimes in with the frag. Takes the head off his replacement there, Scriv. That must feel good.
Just a little bit, especially to open the round up in such a convincing way. That's definitely picks it up massively, and, you know, just keeps coming back to that narrative. Maybe part of the reason why he was removed from the team. With the AWP, he's looked so damn good. The impact in the first half was just not there. So, very, very curious to see. Norwi at the back end of the site, though, looking good. Able to find one. A little panicked as he's not sure where the rest of them are coming from. Shalfey has retrieved the AWP there and able to catch them off guard towards ramp. KENSI helps out, and it's all fallen apart. Glock for xsepower is enough to pick up a frag, and X5 going to find KENSI. There's 1v1v1v1 all over the shop. X5 cannot get out as Jerry pushes ramp.
Days ago to get forZe into the playoffs of DreamHack. Now, I'll tell you what, Scriv, he was unbelievably good at locking down the A-bomb site in that game, and maybe in this round he'll put on another show for us.
Might be the case, waiting for a few flashes. Nope, going to get caught off. What have you done? Why have you done that to him? xsepower going to find the second opener, and I think you just go to safe here. It's so fast and chaotic. Zorte will find X5, but his teammates, unfortunately, no real way of getting in. 4-on-3, and indeed, it will be the save, Zorte? Yeah, okay, he's being overruled here. They do have money, but it's just one of those where, A, it feels a bit futile, B, let's not be giving AWPs away. Let's not be giving free weapons to allow them to get that economy rolling. So just going to go for the save and come at it in the next round.
I feel like that might be my most legendary commentator's curse, to be honest. I was even building it up knowing it was map point for forZe and that Norwi could just get a free K and win it, and then it just fall off heart and die immediately with no kills. And ramp. Nobody on the CT side has eyes on this. K23, 3 players gaining so much ground. You see KENSI and Shalfey there. Oh, they've got no idea. They have literally no idea as Norbert comes in. Teammate falls. That is going to give up the game. But Shalfey now, he's in a terrible position. He's stuck around this AC unit. He can't really even hold the run-up of the ladder. It looks like K23, they're turning back. Lower bomb site. Maybe he's going to be on the cards, but Shalfey gets caught out. Now A looks like the place to be. This is crazy, Scrib, as the bomb. It was going to go down lower. Now it's going up again. Jerry and Norwi found frags. What on earth is happening?
Oh, my goodness. I was going to say the key frag. You get it. The player on hell. That's got to be it. That's got to be, you know, your time to decide where you want to go, dictate the pace, etc., etc. Norwi comes in and will win the game. K23, man. Honestly. The kids from the adults, maybe, is another way of looking at it. But there's a lot of young, what I would call kids in this game, to be fair. So, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. That dig deep, I think, is the phrase that I like to use. But I'm trying to move away from it so I don't say it too much, you see. But either way, we're into the action. And we do have the kit, couple flashes. We've got a flash dropped for Zorte as well. Meanwhile, K23 not messing about. They're just going straight up middle here, bursting their way through. They will put the brakes on, though, as they're maybe reading into it. forZe, it looks like their setup is actually designed to counter this idea with 4 players ready and waiting. So we'll see. Norwi, meanwhile, by himself. He's got the Julies. That's certainly scary. No armor to work with. KENSI finds Norbert. So K23, again, looking a little bit messy, a little bit unsure of how they want to approach things.
Yeah, if we thought the T-side pistol on nuke was a little bit bizarre from K23, this one might even be a little bit more down the crazy scale. 3 on towards B from forZe. It's a nice read for the moment. Bomb, though, is starting to make its way back. KENSI's in an advanced position, and any information here would be enormous, but he pays the ultimate price to find out where those T-side players are coming from. Zorte, he's in the corner, in the cubby. Not peeking out just yet. Oh, was he spotted? The shoulder might have been spotted. X5's pinned on him. As it seems, the round seems to be slowing down. Zorte's going to stay alive for the moment. 4 on 4. And this has been a completely bonkers pistol round.
Well, wouldn't be this series without some madness. We got the defensive angle from shalfey. Norwi's going to be clapped out. So shalfey does indeed need to go large. Able to find the first. Another as well coming in. Now the rotations are here. And, of course, no CT smoke down. So looking good.
forZe players in defense. 9 players in mid for a brief half a second before the brakes are put on. But as you're saying, it has been a call of concern. K23 is struggling with his mid-rounding. First frag goes the way of shalfey, but his teammate is felled almost immediately, and Zorte's trapped in the open again on the pistols. K23 going to work.
Not messing about at all. Really is a wild ride here. We'll see. FAMAS in. Again, a bit of awkward team damage. neaLaN in the pit. He's the big man of the round, and he certainly could dish out a little bit more damage. He plays his cards right. Ooh, a little awkward on the miss there, though. Up close and personal. Here's X5, but he runs out of ammo. And once again, forZe are able to get it done. Certainly a bit dicey, and I think K23 in a round like that, you can be happy with some damage in a bomb plant. Unfortunate they can't do any more damage, but all the same, that second round, you know, notched onto the board for forZe.
Yeah, I think the defense on A, 3 on B from forZe. They're really loading up that B bomb site. It is a strong setup here from the 2 remaining forZe players, but they're going to be under so much pressure. KENSI in towards pit. The flashes are brilliant. Zorte, how on earth does he find a kill from that spot? Fame, a late reply. 2 replies, actually. neaLaN holding the rotates, and they might have found the opening kills, but swarmed by the T side before forZe. Oh, I was going to say it's going to be a 2-on-2, but it's not. 3 on 1 now. That was a pivotal moment.
Yeah, a little bit of a difficult one to be missing, but it does indeed happen from time to time, you know. Nice peek from xsepower. Great little... Slow but sure, making their way up. This really could be disastrous. 5-7, able to find one. Now the M4 moves out a bit wider. You know, how do you respond here? shalfey's able to make it away. The flash comes in, but it's a little bit late, one would argue. Yeah, Molly's there, but he's already gone and hidden away. The other M4 peeks round, dropping the bomb out in the open. It could not have gone better for forZe in the first sort of 20 seconds of this exchange. We'll see, indeed, whether they're able to make the moves here. KENSI catches off X5. Things looking really, really good. xsepower trying to get that double spray down. Doesn't happen. It's just fame.
KENSI around the smoke.
But nature of the beast, of course. We'll see here. The K23 can do a bit of upsetting of their own. Perfect flash comes in. There's too many targets for shalfey, though. The fact that he manages to get a second, I think, is commendable. Zorte's in with a trade, looking good here. xsepower now the only one left. The long hit has fallen apart. Orp will chime in for one, and I think certainly KENSI goes, okay, he's gone Orp. Cool. But xsepower, no real option but to save. I don't know, you're going into the next round with a glass cannon Orp, but we'll see. Maybe he, especially in the next round where it will be an eco, he takes a bit more of a proactive stance, just goes for a quick peek, something along those lines, rather than trying to play around the team.
A long time here to save, but looking at that CT money, I don't think they really have any intentions of letting any guns slip away. So it's going to be a bit of a boring, I dare say, conclusion to this round. 4 spy from K23. It was a nice idea to go for the long wrap. They actually isolated 2 players on A, but you can see forZe's understanding of the situation. They knew they had to flash somebody in to get some control back, and shalfey did so much work on that flashbang. So good util usage from them. Nice couple frags from shalfey, but that's going to be disastrous for this T-side money. And as you round, so they can't even talk about the adaptations themselves. So that's why you might want to get in habits of starting to call forZes on the ecos rather than the following gun rounds. So nice little kind of strategy mind game aspect there. But on this round at least, outside of xsepower, we weren't expecting much, and no surprises thus far. 2 already down.
Still that up, I guess, might become a mission for xsepower to just not die, but he's also still contacting in.
He should honestly let a teammate save it so that he can get body armor or armor and nades in the next round.
Yeah, yeah.
Another round of glass cannon is truly 1 bullet, 1 grenade, and his value goes through the floor on that AWP. For the moment, though, he's still looking for opportunities. That felt like the only chance he's going to get. Rattles off a shot, falling back. forZe know what's up. They've got banana control. They know that the player's on A, and shalfey just padding the stats here. 8-3 for the young Russian player. We're not going to go as far as saying, you know, phenom at this point, but looking pretty good so far for this forZe squad. Certainly not a player on many's radar, as Jerry might get a nice couple frags here. No.
Ooh, or not. You've done it again. Yeah, definitely curious, actually. I think it's quite a profound point, to be honest, Alan, in the sense that, yeah, get a teammate to save it, get him to die so he gets his loss bonus, and then they just trade it back in the next round. I don't think that's something
here rather than in the first place having gone for a rifle.
Yeah.
So xsepower and Enigma in that sense, maybe Surson. We saw that plenty of times over DreamHack. Elliot doing a great job on the stats. And the Surson was another one that was very keen to stay on the AWP. shalfey, though, aggressively on B. That's where he goes to his best work, getting aggressively on the rifles. Trade on A. So it's actually, for the moment, only zorte in defense, but his teammates hot on their tails to give him a hand.
zorte off angle, able to find one, and he makes it out. Or does he? Norbit gets him from down below. A little awkward. I think shalfey was maybe meant to be watching that. He might have been. At the same time, finding the kill is quite another thing. They still have the man advantage on the forZe side of things. A lot of information as well. xsepower going to move back and try and catch Jerry here. Will do so with the flick. You see why he sticks to the AWP, though. Certainly looks insanely comfortable with the weapon and knows so many of the fights, so many of the scenarios and how to approach them. Norwi has very quickly made his way into the apartments, however. He's not being watched. Norbit hidden away. xsepower somewhat hidden away as well. Norbit will turn round and they both peek it together. Beautifully done. And now shalfey locked away. What do I do? No kit. Just going to try and look for some exits here. And he will manage to find one. Able to make his way out. So K23 back on the board again with another key round where it absolutely needs to come. Their economy in the bin. Yeah, no.
It's so hard to root the players out of graveyard, out of pit, out of the headshot position underneath the balcony, and that's exactly what we saw there in that afterplant. zorte, AWP in hand again. forZe, they're really enjoying the freebie starts here, looking for that banana control. They have found it, and it's even better. zorte catches X5 alone in apartments. No chance of a trade. Man up for forZe, but they are losing the banana control now.
Again, the slow creep. Norbit in towards the apartment's going to try and join his teammates here. It looks like we're going for a contact play towards B, and it does work initially. In we go. Smoke is down, splits them up. Jerry able to find one, turning away from the flash, but it's a bit awkward. You know, is there 1, 2? What's going on? He's not quite sure, and he doesn't have his gun up in time. Still, 3 versus 3. Looking to try break back into the site, but with those deep smokes, it's going to be a bit tough. And well, made a decision to save. No presence, no quick rotation. K23 will get their third.
Yeah, from the start there, shalfey and KENSI had no interest in going for the retake, and you can see Fame still has another smoke if they wanted to re-smoke CT and buy even more time. So certainly the correct decision. Loss bonus, though, has not built up on forZe. I suspect they will buy into the next round around these guns, but a couple of those players are going to be on MP9s. Famus is...
In theory, should be getting this round, but that looser, license to kill, as it were, on the CT side of things can indeed work in your favor. Double nades does not finish off shalfey. He somehow dodged a bullet and survived the double nades. Could not write it. And they might not expect him here any longer. Norbit will find KENSI. Meanwhile, that's another one of those rifle players left out to dry. So, zorte, a lot of work to be done here, my friend. Certainly easier said than done. Norwi retrieves said M4, but not really going to be able to do anything with it. And they're actually moving away from B, which I would imagine is the wrong choice.
X5 just creeping his way out of the apartments, and Norwi has no idea. Shalfey, one reply, but they've given up the B bomb site. They've fallen back on B. Bomb, though, is rushing its way down on towards A. Jerry in towards Pit. Zorte now making his way over as well for good measure. Shalfey's coming through that moto smoke, but on such low HP. He goes down immediately, but Jerry's not being checked. He's not being checked. Oh, no. This is the first shot. Straight out in the end. Zorte coming through the smoke. Very flashed in his X5. KENSI, nice angle. Nice angle. Denies the apartment's control. That's information in the bag now for K23. And all the B players need to do is stall out. Being see actually, Squiv, they've given the B bomb site. I think they're really nervous of a CT wrap here. They think they've been timing. Their full retake on B. Norwi's not even facing at all. xsepower's gaining ground. Bomb, though, still at the bottom of banana as forZe, they're playing this B bomb site so passive. xsepower still working his way in. Smoke's now raining over, and Norwi is going to be called upon. And he find frags. First goes his way. Smoke is going to make it more difficult. Shot raining through. He is traded out as the rotate starts to come in.
That's a difficult one. The spam from Jerry. You don't see it successfully mounted very often, but he finds the kill. KENSI on the backside, finding neaLaN. It's now just Fame. They've got the bomb down, but it has cost them absolutely everything. 1 versus 4 required from the young gun. An ace overall, but of course, just as I set it up, he will get taken out by KENSI. As expected, 6th round for forZe. Looking pretty good while doing so, surviving with 3. AWP recovered, AKs all round. Happy days. And that it does indeed paint a good picture coming into this here round number 11. But we'll see. A little bit difficult in the beginning. Big nade damage does land down mid, so nice start for forZe. I would say, you know, this is a position where you've got Norwi just get tagged ever so slightly, but you've got Norwi on that wall. Yeah, get the 4-man A play going, and they are indeed going to go for it. Does feel maybe a little late. Of course, though, the rush doesn't come in. Player spotted. Norwi will back off and probably call for a rotation.
Have re-cleared mid, though, have forZe. They have that control, so you definitely hope they'd make some rotations. Norwi still, look at the mini-map, Scriv. He is on 45 HP. He only really has a smoke here to buy time. But forZe seem so adamant that it's going to be the A play. It's only now that shalfey checks mid. He's shouting to his teammates, guys, there's literally nothing here. We need to rotate off. That smoke, though, from Norwi was very well timed. So there was a sniff of an opportunity there to punish the timing. And I think K23 might have just missed it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Zorte, ready. Smoke in. He plays ahead of it. Oh, and somehow that shot misses. Norwi at the back end of the site, taking a little bit of an open stance here. Awkward fight for him. It is just the tech guy baiting away. Does manage to get one, which I think is fair. Thought we had the collateral. It's a wall bang from Zorte. Oh my goodness, another one to follow it up. And shalfey finds 2 through the smoke as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Again, K23, they get the bomb down, but forZe are like, yeah, we let you do that now.
First half.
Oh, have to see. K23 hoping again that they can at the very least, you know, achieve a bomb plant that they've been relatively decent at in the past few rounds. Shalfey does get checked, able to win out against one, needs a bit of support from the Org now, which goes down, and Norbert therefore able to trade. B-bomb site now vulnerable. Be a couple of weapons retrieved. Luckily, there's no armor here. Luckily, Fame is also low. They get the CT smoke in. Bit of spamming coming through from both sides. It's Norbert, though, to find Jerry. Uh-oh. 3 on 2, and this is a very, very low spend. They're already happy with the way that it's gone. Big damage and a bomb plant. Now they could actually win the round.
Yeah, they're playing a bait setup, though, in towards dark, and because of that, it feels like Norbert here. He has to stay alive. If he dies, those two players can be quickly collapsed upon. Zorte catches neaLaN out in the open. Really flummoxed now at this T side, and from a man advantage with a smoking CT and weapons recovered, it's just Norbert remaining. Smoke to block him off. The plant is very open, so he has got a chance here, but he misses at the first point of full Zorte. No! How on earth have
Yeah, guys, all that kind of stuff. But you're kind of throwing that away now. There is a chance, of course, that they just get another reset in here, and Shalfey has walked in, also trying to bait them into the AWP boost that is there. Nonetheless, it's a clean opener, and, you know, forZe have done very well at bouncing back and not letting the previous round get to them. Still, it just feels like a round you absolutely shouldn't be losing.
Oh, certainly. And if we reflect on nuke as well, there's been a heavy trend in this series thus far of forZe making their lives so much more difficult than it needs to be. Losing against those pistols, losing against the force buys. This time it's the AKs in hand. neaLaN finds the first. Jerry's been given away. And this B defense, Scriv, I'm not surprised they were playing retake early on. It's really starting to crumble here in these later stages.
It really is surprising, to be honest with you. I think they are perhaps getting ahead of themselves a little bit. We're going to see the save coming in, of course. And yeah, forZe, you know, previous round, kind of unacceptable. This round is a little, you know, more sympathetic, I suppose, from us here in the casting booth and you guys at home, I'm sure. But 2 in a row, it really does hammer home, and now giving K23 a solid chance. Solid chance. I think 6 rounds is maybe what they would have been aiming for with the scenario, with the game state that they were in coming into what would have been round
half so far. And that was a very important opening kill in terms of stabilizing this round. It's only the eco around the rifles, and every kill these rifles find to make it all the easier. Good trade, though, from X5. 4 on 4. Zorte, though, still at large.
Of course. Very, very scary presence on the map. Going for a boost at CT. Another sort of unexpected move here. Flash comes in, and it's pretty much perfect onto both of them. So definitely a rough one. They try and get the smokes back down, and indeed it is going to cut off, make life awkward. Shalfey through the smoke, able to find one. Norwi is out there with that USP finding information. The bomb's going to go down here, but a 4 on 3 that is not totally out of the question. However, I think unless they're able to get an early one here, you know, a peek down banana, something along those lines, they might just move away. I mean, there is an early presence in the sort of water position. Jerry with the aim punch can't get it done, though, and the smoke comes down at the perfect time. USP will find him. Norbert takes out Shalfey, though. It's going to be tough. They've somewhat committed here, and they will indeed continue to push forwards, but the round is not going to go their way. Damage, again, it doesn't matter, though, does it? You know what I mean? This is just stats at the end of the day. Norwi, nice job, I guess, dude. Will go down to the bomb.
Immediately going for the save call. No open play for Zorte. He's been a huge weapon for that CT side thus far in this game. 14-5. And considering that Zorte's 14-5, Shalfey's 16-6, you might even think this could have been a more dominant scoreline. Maybe their teammates aren't doing enough work right now. It's only 7-7 with 2 high-performing players.
Very, very slow here, eh? Down to that final minute. Return nades. It's a decent amount of damage. They're actually not going to call for the rotation. He still has a smoke available, I suppose, which is part of the logic, but... Let's see here. Push forward coming in. X5 going to go down. Brilliantly played there. They find the kill, and once again, the information going to be in that there's nobody around. Smoke's going to dissipate soon, so he needs some assistance, and it is on the way pretty quick. They find that kill, and within 2 or 3 seconds, they're out of there. xsepower will manage to find one. neaLaN going to take out shalfey. Going for the boost up here, but it is expected. They tried to get some timing on it, but it's not going to work. xsepower with another on the backside, and now just Jezza against 4. Not able to find it. 8-7. K23 with a hell of a recovery. It was looking very, very dire. They get 4 in a row to begin with. Then they get broken. They get another 4. And we'll see whether they can continue that trend after the break. Into the graphic here, of course. But nonetheless, K23 definitely were the name. I think that you would be a little surprised by the way that that final few rounds went in the first half. However, we are not wasting any time here. They are coming in with the disrespect rush down mid. xsepower able to find one. Zorte burnt alive. And, well, shalfey gonna have to go huge from underneath. He gets 2. That might just be enough. Norwi gets taken down on the long mid peak. Fame is here, ready and waiting in towards B. So they have the man advantage, but K23, they were once in position to smash this round. The hero who's now dead is trying indeed to help the squad out to pull it back.
Fame, though, still committed in this cubby down banana. It's a nice angle, but Norbert still thinking of facing. A couple of chances there. As these forZe players, they've just been penned in so much in towards mid. Yet to advance really at all onto a bomb site. He pushes out. The timing is beautiful. Free. Still, though, on B, it's only neaLaN actually committed to the bomb site. Norbert, his teammate, is just playing deep in CT with a flash in hand. A nice idea, but he needs to get over quickly. He needs to help his teammate. That CT smoke is just going to isolate neaLaN alone. KENSI somehow finds a frag on A for good measure, and my God, in this series, we've seen some great pistol plays from K23, but those were some sensational entries on the pistols from forZe and K23. They might have just lost an extremely pivotal round.
Terrifying position to now be in, dude. Oh, man. It's great to see, though, you know, forZe have some pocket rounds of their own, giving K23 a taste of their own medicine, for sure. And as we said, they managed to do this on nuke, actually. This is probably one of the better rounds that you can win in the game, at least in terms of finances. So hopefully this time around they can convert it. An M4 retrieve there at the tail end as well was pretty massive. And an MP9 for Jerry. After those smokes came round, you know, no time for the K23 boys to set up or get a flash in there. You know, forZe are straight in your face. So I actually really like that touch and go kind of play. We don't really get to see it in action, though, of course, like I say. We're on the wrong bomb site. So might see some kills. They might go for a hunt. But even then, they might just be like, all right, whatever. They don't have the most amount of money in the world on the forZe side of things. And yeah, we're going to see basically the proper anti-force buy round come out in the next.
Pretty rare you see a 5-on-5 save. The only difference between the next round and a regular force round is that there aren't going to be all 5 smokes in play. That's going to make it a lot easier for forZe to gain ground, to get close to a bomb site. As long as they whittle out these 3 remaining smokes early on in the next round, it should be a fairly easy time. 9-9, though. That's going to be the scoreline.
I work out because you do feel that it really shouldn't. I suppose the, you know, outlier in a sense is around like KENSI's, where it is a nuts play rather than them just sort of running in and getting clapped. Big damage onto KENSI, but not quite able to find the kill. I like the idea of the nade on the corner there, actually. neaLaN kind of takes minimal damage from it, you feel, with how close it was, but nonetheless, looking good. It's essentially, you know, a kill and a half coming in here for forZe, so really solid stuff. Should be able to clean up from here.
Starting to group now on towards mid. Bomb making its way over. 3-man stack, though, from K23. Graveyard, balcony, and under balcony, it looks like. Jerry's the lone man on B, attempting to apply a little bit of pressure. Wrap smokes come out. CT side themselves drop a smoke on towards Moto. So some tough decisions now for forZe to make. Bomb is running back towards B. This could be a brilliant mid-ground call from Jerry. He has that space on B. He's telling his teammates to come over, and now Jerry's starting to work his way in. KENSI on A could get caught out. That's a nice kill from Fame, and actually this smoke is doing so much work. So on this T side, 25 seconds remaining. Norwi on the flank. This is going extremely close for comfort. Jerry comes through the smoke, and for a few seconds there, it felt like K23 had stalled out just enough, but forZe get the bomb down in this very, very pivotal round.
Yeah, looking good here. Fame will take his AK out of this round. He also has the cheaper head armor option as well, Alan. So fair enough. Can't complain. forZe are doing a really good job, though, of you know, finding the first kill. That's the way that I like to see anti-force buys played. You force the first kill, maybe get a little bit aggressive for it, or, you know, send a player in with a flash, that kind of thing. And then slow things back down. Maybe see how K23 responds. See if they will make any unforced errors, perhaps. And we see a little bit of that in places. It was more in this round to get the flank from Norwi to pretty much seal the deal. So fairly solid stuff. Moving up to 10 now, and the first proper rifle round comes in.
Slightly trickier time than average. Of course, T-side buys perfectly good. All the nades you could ever want. xsepower decides we don't need nades. I'm going to get aggressive in towards apartments with his teammate in Fame. Fame chimes in for the first. KENSI swings out for the trade. 2-man advantage, and the bomb dropped in apps. K23, all the information, and they have to convert this one.
Bomb will be recovered then. That drop is silent? What? That feels so far. Okay. This game sometimes, man, honestly. That's crazy to me. I don't know why that's just, you know, annoyed me in the way that it has, but it has. Anyway. We'll see what they can get done on the B-bomb site. Boost up for X5 comes in. Still going to have 2 players ready and waiting. Will be a difficult one to break apart, but it looks like they are indeed set to go for it. Coffin successfully smoked out. neaLaN trying and ready to play around it, you know, as soon as his teammate makes contact here. 30 seconds left. CT smoke comes in. Really winding the clock down on this one once again, and you know it does look a little rough. Coffin gets re-smoked. Oh, and they were ready for it to go down, getting perfect timing here. Flash comes in, taking out the boost player. Oh, this is beautiful Counter-Strike right now. Bomb gonna go down, and we're into a 3-on-3 retake.
Jerry also has already gained ground towards ruins. He knew the frags were found very quickly on B, and he decides, I don't think there's anybody else here. I can get into a nice position. And he's got Norwi around to help as well. Jerry finds the first. Norwi peeks out. It's so simple. Such a small piece of team play. And it hammers the final nail in the coffin for K23 in this round. Those frags were amazing on the B entry. I have no idea how Norwi knew to... I think he pre-fired the boost, to be honest. I don't know how he knew to clear it. That was an amazing piece of individual plays to haul them back from a huge 3-on-5 disadvantage. Play. So again, like a few rounds in this game thus far, we're looking towards the AWPer in xsepower to get a lot of work done if they want any sniff of an opportunity into this round. Post up on the corner for the moment. It's a nice nade, but the frag is even better. Jerry, man, he is actually so good at opening up bomb sites. It's a bit of a mad one. It's a nice opening pick. Molly does a lot of damage as well for good measure. And somehow neaLaN's actually retaken top B control. That could be a bit surprising, but Fame, he's under so much pressure now. 2 players close by. Shalfey clearing his corners. Hasn't cleared cold just yet. X5 brings the AWP over, somehow gets the shot off before that motor smokes blooms. And Norwi has cleared out the B bomb site, and the bomb is hightailing it over. Very bizarre stuff. Very bizarre stuff. He could actually drop the bomb here. Oh, that was...
Have to come back with a quick response. The timeout not quite working for them. Flash is a bit off there. I think he actually gets blinded by a combination of team flash and opponent's flash. It's the double spray down for Norbert, though, just walking into apartment with the perfect timing. We've got more chaos going on. X5 will find another kill. neaLaN gets traded out. It's a 3-on-2, but if they can find this kill cleanly onto the corner player, maybe they could give it a better go. Not going to be able to do so, though.
It's been a slugfest so far this round. Norbert, I think he thought more players on towards B. Norwi, Julie's in hand. Takes down X5. Fame left alone. Bomb still yet to make its way over. There is no re-smoke for CT. And that could be oh so important in a few seconds. Norwi jiggling over towards Ruin.
Nasty stuff.
Oh,
zorte with the collateral, of course. Gonna come in a round like that. He actually got the triple collat, I think. You know, they've got limited armor. Trying
possibly 4 or 5 gun rounds in a row here. K23 to break that money back. And based off what we've seen so far, that's a huge ask. Norbert, though, he's not had enough of this map of Inferno. He doesn't want to be eliminated just yet. He finds the first, but Norwi swiftly gets a trade back.
Ooh, X5 with the triple one through the smoke. Oh my goodness, these past few rounds are just unreal. Shalfey going to be the only one left against 4. K23 have certainly answered back in the way that you would want. I don't know that there's much analysis to add to that one. Just very unlucky for forZe.
These rounds, though, just feel like boxes trading blows, and every time the next person punches even harder. In this round, trades of frags, and then, of course, X5, right place, right time. Potentially a little bit fortunate, but we can't take it away from him. Beautiful 3K, and certainly K23, if they wanted any route back into this map, need clean gun round wins and keeping 4 alive. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Going to be a slower finish, of course, into the round. So we'll see moving forwards. I think for me, shalfey looking really, really solid. You know, able to keep the money in on this T side of things. So it should be all good for forZe in general. But you have to take those individual moments, you know.
In fighting this one too much, and now they're actually going for on the flashbang. Way ahead of his teammates is Jerry, and he gets punished. First blow this time around goes the way of K23.
Okay. Kind of dangerous, I think. Flash comes in towards middle. A little bit of a peek flash. KENSI with the molly. Doesn't follow up on it, though. Norbert actually smokes it, so kind of fair. Nade goes in. Big damage. No return kill, though, for forZe, and that's obviously what they're after at this point.
Still retaining 2 on B here at K23. They have got good information on towards Banana, but they've got no interest in having a weak defense. Re-clearing mid as well. And that's Norbert and xsepower. You can see on the mini-map, xsepower is already thinking this has to be B. I'm going to start leaning over. X5, though, first point of call. And zorte wins out. neaLaN, top first, under huge pressure now. No nades to speak of. He's going to try and take the jewels. And why is shalfey looking the other way? That could have been an immediate trade. Second goes the way of neaLaN. Can he find the third? KENSI finally replies for the right. Good spanner in the works, of course. We've seen X5 doing good work on the secondary AWP towards the B-bomb site. And again, same story. One player ahead of his teammates in Banana. Not enough utility from forZe to allow him not to be isolated. And K23, they're licking their lips at these opening kills on Banana. Again, 5 on 4. Again, able to leave an AWP on Banana. Such a strong setup. forZe, they're the ones that take the risk. They're the ones that have to kind of flash out in towards mid looking for a reply. They have got map control, but no kills just yet.
Fame able to track away. It's Jerry leading the charge here. Fame in between a couple of angles. Jerry does manage to find a kill. Fame from pit, though, is the problem right now. neaLaN will trade out shalfey, and Fame's just in between, doesn't know where to look. 2 versus 2 now. The bomb indeed is ready for the plan. X5 could go for the wide swing. He's going to do it. Yeah, the cover's not there. The bomb's just gone down. So KENSI set up a little better for the 1 versus 2, and they have no idea where he's coming from. Peeks into 1. Quite able to find the second. Flashes round. You know, just keeping them at bay. Trying to fake the dropout, maybe. neaLaN will keep on checking. It's a great angle for KENSI, though, as neaLaN just creeps under.
Can they book their place in the quarterfinals?
Well, we're about to find out. Jerry able to find the first, despite the fact that he was blind. K23 trying to go for the aggression into this round, and it's not worked. 2 kills coming in early for the in-game leader. That surely has got to be those final games. Coffin, Norbert just about able to creep away. Has to take this fight, he feels, and he will win it. Costs him a lot of HP. forZe feels like they're in prime position. A creep in from xsepower goes south. And now the 4-on-2. This absolutely should be the finish.
Fame has got to go absolutely enormous here. Sat in the smoke, biding his time. Getting out on a flashbang. One, not the second. It's just Norbert. 18 HP. Stands between K23 and quarterfinals elimination. And it's not enough.